Hello, welcome to another episode of the Deck Durdle. So the set for this episode is Saviours of Kamigawa, and here's my card pool from 6 boosters of that set. If you've watched the set musings episode, then you'll know that this set is a small set. So by basically doing a seal pull from that, we should get some quite interesting views on the set, where there might be quite a few here with a small set. We've got like 3 ofs some card. So I think I was in 2 minds of this set. I could go with building around the themes and mechanics of the set. So there's channel, epic and sweep. But as you've seen in the set musings, there's not necessarily a lot of those cards. There's a fair amount of some of them. I'm just going to really, I think, play to the rares in the set and see how I go with that. So my plan is to build 2 decks from this pool. So I've got 2 copies of this ready to go. I'm going to try a white-green deck. I may not end up playing all of these rares. I'm just going to see how much life gain, for instance, I've got in the deck. I mean, I could play this just as a 2/2 for 3, but it would be nice if I had a way of getting up to 30 life. And the other thing I'm going to give a try is I think I'll try a red-blue deck. I've not done a red-blue deck in a while. Just see where that takes me. And of course, as I'm going along, what I might choose is if certain colours don't work together, I might just go with the strongest colour and then splash a second. But we'll see how this pans out. But on first view, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do green, white, and then red, blue. Yeah, this one we'll see. It is a mill. I'll have to see how strong the mill is in terms of doing that and where we end up, how many spirits we've got. Okay, so first of all then, we'll ditch black completely. Let us put in here, I just want to make sure I don't see what I've got in terms of removal in black before I completely do that. So I'm going to resort this by CMC. What have we got? That would be quite good. I was thinking about also seeing if I could build a wisdom deck, that cared about number of cards in hand. There is an interesting interaction between this and one of those blue cards. That mill card, because I think you can mill yourself. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's a target player. So you could probably do something clever, but it's a bit tricky in Seal trying to get combos to go off. If there's only like one of each. So let's go with my original plan and just see where that takes us. What's the worst that can happen, eh? I'm always worried about getting rid of black completely because often there's good removal in there. We'll see. If the decks turn out to be completely dreadful, then I might build a third deck with black and then splashing another colour maybe. I just don't have anything else. I don't really have beyond the removal. There's nothing in black that really makes me want to play it. Okay. Well, let's do green-white first. Just see what there is. Wrong one. Okay. Creatures without flying can't block creatures with flying. You gain 6 life. Okay. Cone of light. Target becomes blocked. Tap all spirits or tap all non-spirit creatures. Just soul shift here. Tap all spirits or tap all non-creating spirit creatures. Creatures with flying can't block creatures without that's going to be any good. That populates my hand, which is good. Do you say she can go? So 6 drop. I'm just mindful I'm going to end up again with loads of real high cost cards. This is okay, so I've got to cut 5 cards. First strike for 3. I don't even know if that's going to flip. Yeah, I don't want to get into the same mess I did before with high cost cards. That's more thing. See, I'm tempted to just completely pull the life thing. don't think it's going to work. Maybe it's better than I thought. Well, yeah, I know the removal's non-existent. And that's no good, really. Well, actually, if I'm playing a lot of... Okay, green-white it is. Oh, I did say, actually, on the last set of the block, I would use those the artwork from the unset. So let's do that for our land. Because I think we're probably fairly familiar with the basic lands from Champions now. So let's do that. Okay, let's look at the stats. Well, that's slightly more green than white. I imagine that should be pretty... I always get that wrong. Damn. Try that. I know what I was trying to do there, just didn't do it. Okay, let us go into a playtest scenario. Right. So, we have a single forest. That's mulligan. That's better. So turn to Sheenan. Okay. Green, draw a card. Play out a white. That. Start swinging with that next turn. That. Swinging with that, so we're just doing 1 damage each turn. Okay, that's fine. So once this loses its summoning thickness. We're swinging with 3 in total. Okay, whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you, that player sacrifices the opponent. Sounds good. So we get that out. We've now got next turn. I do that. I do that. So now this turn we can swing with 5. Okay, so we'll play that out. We get to draw a card, which is a plains. Next turn. So the interesting thing with this is, of course, we get the option to bounce this and recast it for card draw purposes. But we're still not in a position. Whenever you play Spiral Kind spell, reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Oh, okay. Cool. So if I just, let's just get this out. Then untap everything. Draw a card. So again, we're swinging in with 9. So I suppose technically by now our opponent will be dead if they weren't blocking. What I'm curious about is when this triggers, what happens? So okay, I can do that from there. So let's just see what happens when this goes. So I really want to play that out. Yeah, I'm going to have to, because if I want to play that ultimately, although I probably will never get to that point. But if I play this out, that gets triggered, and we look at the top 3 cards. Oops. Let's just draw 3 cards, and we can tell which ones have been added to the hand. So we had a Forest, Kitsune Law Weaver, and a Kashi Tribe Elder. Put all those in, rest on the bottom of your library. So that, oh, I can put those back in the library. I wonder if they go on the bottom. No, they don't. Okay, so I just get the Forest, but yeah, when I come to swing now, I'm just swinging for lethal. But let's just see where we get on the draw side of things. Yeah, so just the deck just really just poodles along. I missed, I think, what, 1 drop. Let's have a look again. So nothing spectacular. That's an interesting hand. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like one way or another I'm not going to get anything out till turn 2, the way the curve is on this. I think every test hand I've had so far has had at least, apart from this one obviously, has had at least one 2 drop in it. Okay, let's just load this deck up again. Have a quick look. But yeah, actually, that's a pretty good curve actually, all things considered. So that might explain why. So yeah, that just chugs along. I don't think, by the time we got out this, certainly by the time we get this out, if we're gold fishing with all the sort of 2 whatever creatures, our opponent's going to be dead. So, and also with this, you might want to just play more land. So this might be an 18 lander. Okay, let's have a look at the other deck I was going to build, which was, I'm just going to have a look at red blue, wasn't I? So let us, oops. See what this does. So freed from the reel. I accidentally pulled out. Let's put that back. Come on. That's better. Okay. It is interesting though, one possible strategy with this set is with all the, effectively the good stuff, all this sort of high mana stuff that makes a massive difference with really big spell effects that we sort of saw in the set musings episode. It's another set where it's tempting to go down a different route and just have lots of like low mana fast creatures and just try and get everything done before your opponent can really get their board into a decent state. Right. Okay. One of those. Because rest in your library. I'm just going to take that out because obviously when you're gold fishing a deck, it's not really going to work. Ignore that. Any number of mountains you control to their owner's hand. Damage. Okay. Oh, just got to lose one. Okay, let's put this in CMC order, shall we? Oh, there's Glitterfang. 1-1 with haste. Yeah, I don't know if I'll bother. Okay, 1-1 for 2. Oh, it's got a counterspell attached to it. Increase the return of land you control. Flying one. Oh, this is not. This is not good. pretty grim. Okay, let's just play this. I don't like this block. Give me another block. Right, whoa, lots of red. What am I saying? Oh, of course, I've got those cards that generate red mana. Okay, the good news is we don't have any double red, but we do have double blue. So that's cool. So, if I do that, maybe. Yeah, I've got a bit more red than I need. But I don't want to get to the point where I'm not running, or red comes out, mountains come out to play real late game. Stats might work against me. And saying that, first hand has 2 mountains in it and 2 red cards. So this, I expect, is going to be a slow deck. Unfortunately. So at the moment, there's nothing I can get out till turn 4. That was the way it appears. So let's see what happens. Draw a card. Wow. This is not good. So what would I play at this point? As long as you have more cards in hand than your opponent. Well, my opponent's not playing anything, then the answer is no. But in terms of not playing any cards out. Boom. Okay, there's my second island, which is handy. Whenever I play a spirit... Yeah, so this is the one that would mill my opponent. Or self-mill, I think was the other possibility. So we got 3-3 with flying, or a 4-4 with flying. Well, I don't even know why I'm bothering to tap these really, but never mind. So next turn, well this turn I can obviously swing with 2 or 4, depending on next turn, swing with 6. Interesting. So another flying 3-3 as well. So I'd swing with these, that would go in with 6, plus the 2 I did originally. So 8, so they're down to 12. We got a 4-3, which is a 6 drop. Spiraling embers does damage to target creature or player equal to the number of cards in your hand. I should have probably got that out earlier while I didn't think of that actually. So that's probably like an early game thing unless you're using it as removal. In this instance we're not, so at the moment yeah. not brilliant. I suppose like if I just kept, stocking my hand, not playing anything out, I could play this at this point. If I played this out, that would do 4 damage, and I swing with this and game over, because my opponent was on 12. So yeah, it's a bit of a slow one, this one. But once you get those flyers out, you're doing a lot of damage. So the other way I could have gone is not have got quite so tied up in the rares. Let me just quickly do some more hands here. See, now we've got a few more 2-drops. But you saw from the curve, everything's 4 drops, basically. Well, not everything, but that's where the curve sort of peaks. And if I go back here, let me just show you. So the other possibility with this is to do good old, I just saw this by CMC, it might be a bit easier to see then. So what we could do, which would be interesting, is, so if I pulled all the red, from here, I'm not going to play this out, I just wanted to show you what I'm talking about. And then kept all the flyers and that thing. And the utility. Out. That was quite handy actually. So what I'm thinking is, like I could just put some smaller creatures in, white creatures. Some 2-drops. And that sort of thing. And then I've got have I got much utility in here? Yeah, it's really not much better. But the point I'm making is I could go, what is it, blue-white flyers. Something like that, and obviously change the mana here. But yeah, so blue-white flies with no spells. What would the oh, I don't know. It's got a few more 2-drops, but that might be another possibility. Let's do that, something like that. I probably want to get rid of some multiple copies of some of the higher end cards, so maybe take some of this out, and then would I do that? I wouldn't normally do that, but that might just be yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. I was looking to see if there were any fairly low curve black creatures. We could go blue-black. the black fires, but I don't think that's that great an option. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Yeah, so you could go blue-white and think a little bit more about the utility, but there's not a ton there that might help me out. Okay, hopefully you've enjoyed that dog's breakfast. Well, the first deck wasn't bad. Second deck, yeah, it just depends on the draw, I suppose. So thanks once again for watching, and bye for now.